नमस्ते, मैं डॉक्टर श्वेता, प्लैनेट आयुर्वेदा मुंबई ब्रांच से। आज हम बात करने जा रहे हैं पद्मिनी जी से, जिनको विटिलिगो की समस्या थी। तो अब पद्मिनी जी हमसे बताएंगे कि उनका ये पूरे दौरान जर्नी कैसा रहा। सो हाय पद्मिनी जी, हाउ आर यू?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hi, Dr. Sweta. How are you?
I am fine. And so today we were going to discuss regarding your journey.
Okay.
So can you elaborate the same?
Yeah, actually, by like in 2014, through Facebook, I came to know about Planet Ayurveda. Then what happened was I went to Facebook, got some contacts and started talking to people to find out where I should meet doctor. And exactly what happened was in 2015, and I got connected with the Bandu branch, where I met Anita. That is where the outlet was for the medicine. And before that, once I saw doctor's YouTube channel about Manjasta. So that gave me some more confidence, like it is safe to take Ayurveda, because my family, Parivar was not it was not for Ayurveda, because first was they were wondering whether it is going to be safe.
Yeah.
Second is whether it has some side effects. And अभी तक क्या हो जाएगा, इसके kidney stones may come or liver will upset, and depending on diet, because I am a non-veg person purely. So I had a hesitant to go into Ayurveda because I could not give up on my food habits and all that. So that took for me another 6 months to decide. So by 2016, I launched into this, and that is the time doctor had come to Bangalore. I met him, and then he gave me a prescription with lot of medicines. So I was so scared to try all, because 3 times a pill, 2 times a pill. So it was confusing for me. It was too much of medication to take, or maybe a handful of all that. So what I did personally was to make it more confident on the person who listens to what I'm saying is, I used to break up the medicines. I used to go into the herbs, roots, and study, and then take it accordingly to my diet. That helped me once, but it was not easy to do. Because just popping a pill is easy, but before that you have to go through what it is.
Yeah.
Tea, or whether it is cooling, or your stomach bowels get disrupted and all that. But then what happened was, finally I took little by little. The safest was Manjasta. It gave me a cooling effect, that itchiness and a dryness. It took care of that. And another thing was, simultaneously had a UTI problem.
Okay.
A long time. So that Navarasak Churna and Philanthropus puree, they were very bitter, but I started taking with honey. So I used to mix it. I had my own medication put into it, because I can't take so bitter, because I used to throw up every time. And that is how I started slowly. Then as a matter of 8 months, I remember, I saw the change.
Okay.
And that Bakuchi oil, which oil I think it was, I just went into your website, I bought that oil, and I used to apply that and go in the sun. So many things I was doing, rotating the same medication, and apart from what I could do to get a speedy recovery. By 2020, I remember, I was mostly about 75% cured, ekdam cured. It has to fall. The dry skins have to fall. Bruises have to get healed, because they used to rupture, because of medication, they used to rupture. The skin used to rupture, and that's the time I used Kumari Sar. He gave me Kumari Sar. I used to take it inwardly, and as well as apply it to cool my face. So by 21, COVID started. So that is the time I don't know what to do. But again, I went into the same medication. I started doing it, giving a gap of 1 month. Again, wapas, I used to take it for another 1 month, give a break. So that is how by 22, I was mostly cured. Then that is the time I couldn't meet doctor again. The next trip was only this time, last month I went it. And then I went into further ailments which I had. Thyroid, I've taken it for thyroid, and then for UTI is still continuing. And he's given me for this dark patches, they become darker, no? Pigmentation gets very stronger.
Yeah.
So that is the time I took another few medicines, which is Tandani. I don't know the names which is given me now recently. I have to start with them now. This is how from 2015 till now I'm into Ayurveda for everything. So I feel safer side rather than allopathy because allopathy has side effects. But as for me, Ayurveda has no side effects. Depending if you keep yourself from fries, oil, and stress. I think these three is more than enough to keep you safer on Ayurveda because many of these herbs in down south I have learned through my mother or from the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Many things from the kitchen. which people
Definitely,
use.
diet plays a very important role.
Yeah, because songs and what is that body soap and all that mainly use those. But I went into a deeper study to know what it is really because I've seen this your Planet Ayurveda especially specifying the root, the
Yeah.
bulb, and that is where I went into. And my sister is from botany. She studied botany in a college. So I went asking what it is means, scientific names of botany, right? Especially those leaves.
Yeah.
Then it gave me assurance that I can. And I tried it for my children also. So they also found it, but they still have to know much of it. So
Yeah.
younger generation don't accept the slow process of healing. See, I have taken homeopathy. Homeopathy was very, very slow for me. Very, very slow. I could not wait till that. That is it. I got introduced to Planet Ayurveda.
Okay.
And that is how whenever I want anything, I pick up a bottle from there. And for the hair oil also. I think the hair oil which you people give is really good. There's so many herbs. I don't know the name of the hair oil. It has a good name.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
very
fine.
good tonic for them.
Yeah. And can you also elaborate regarding the patches or they diminished from,
Yeah, diminishing was like, slowly they used to get covered up with a black patch.
Okay.
See, when I met the allopathy doctor, he said the white has to be covered with the black. So they had given me one for the white and one for the black. But they are very steroid, too much of steroids were in that, which I could not take into for because I had some other side effects, headache, nausea. So this medicine which I was taking automatically was just covering up. I saw black dots approaching with the bakuchi oil also because I stand in the sun. And then Kumari sal which I was taking inwardly, I had the reflection of the medicine on my skin. Slowly, I can't notice it because people at home tell me, oh, this is covered up. I have to take pictures and keep,
Yeah, it's very
for a
important to have a record.
Yeah, whenever I used to do the self-photographic by doing it, slowly they totally covered. Only now I was concerned with the black pigmentation.
Okay.
So when I asked allopathy, he said, don't worry about the black. It will just go automatically. Like you use any, pigment or sunscreen, it will just lighten up, she said. That is why I wanted to ask doctor this time, what about the black? When will that reduce? So he gave me some other medicines. He said, I will take care of. I have to buy those medicines and I will start it now.
Okay.
So God willing, by 2025, I should be a perfect person.
Yeah.
Sorry, I could not at all converse in Hindi. I just trying to, if you want, I bring my son and keep
No, it's fine. It's fine. That's not a big deal. It's
I
fine.
wake up any of the board, make them sit and make them do a little bit of Hindi. Because they have been with me to think and very often.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anything
So-
that you want to add for the
In
people?
what?
Anything that you wish to add further?
Further, like this is what I feel is you need patience. As doctor told me, see, patience is a very important thing because any ailment needs patience. Because nothing, see, if you pop a pill of allopathy, the minute your headache goes, right? Or then you have a perspiration, you sweat a lot. Because I've seen it in Capol. Have a headache, you take a call $650, you see your fever is coming down. The next moment you perspire, you become very lethargic,
Yeah.
you can't do it. But in Planet Ayurveda, I've seen it. There were loose motions. But the thing is, just continue, I'm saying. Just continue. Don't break up. The more you break up, again coming back to square, it takes some time.
You have to just trust the process.
Yes. You
You
have
have
to
to
just
just-
run the track. Just keep running on the track. Because I have seen from my mother who was 85 when she was living with me in Mumbai during COVID. I didn't know what to do for a swollen legs. Immediately Renicure plus and Botulinum curcumin. I started giving mummy that very boldly because I knew just turmeric.
Yeah.
Nothing. And Renicure too had some herbs in it. And I can have mummy's photo still there. Swollen leg and then Dhanavantara Thailam. I
Okay.
think what Anita used to use for a grandmother. She shared it with me. So these two I used to apply for mother's leg. Immediately she passed so much urine. Well, continuously, and then her feet became as normal as before.
Okay.
It took 2 months. Mummy was with me for 2 months. Therefore, Chennai it was perfectly alright.
Okay.
So, any cure in Ayurveda takes 2 to 3 months, which I studied, and after that 6 months, you see the progress.
Yeah.
And in a year's time, you see it entirely covering up. And other thing is, as anything as of now, this generation should be on diet.
Yeah. Diet is very important.
Fast food and all the other junks are not at all advisable. See, now because 25, when generation grows up, we have to come back to our grandmother's days.
Yeah.
See, now I take this coriander water, I take the body soap, I feel so free. Like, in the morning you have that, instead of tea, coffee is okay. But that hot ajwain and soap and coriander I drink, they're very good for me. I have changed into that jaggery, organic jaggery. I don't
Yeah.
use white sugar.
Yeah. It's very good.
And you retain for maida, gluten and then go into jawari, bakri, all the bajri. That is very but that takes time to adjust to the bowls.
Yeah.
Because I'm very new to these kind of grains because I only chapati rice. So I introduced when taking Ayurveda, I found jawari was very cooling.
Yeah.
So that's how I used to simultaneously get into a lot of studies, watch a lot of YouTube videos on Planet Ayurveda, and then that's how I used to get into this.
Okay.
See, you have to involve into your own medication.
Yeah.
So doctor gives you everything, they advise you, you have to get into your own way of putting it. Because not too much of pills popping. First I was wondering how much to pop in, and then I divided the medicine according to my body constitution. Then when I got set to it, then I just take all together. Like
And when you read the label, you will find out that everything that is given is quite beneficial for
Yes,
your
very
health
beneficial.
as well.
It is fully herbs.
Yeah.
And I now would adulterated with some other, as people say Ayurveda is not this, that. I don't want to get hurt to anything And I personally felt it is good, and then I started. And as you mentioned, the same fruits which doctor says, we take the same fruits, apple, oranges, lime, gooseberry, amla and everything. So I just put into everything and started taking it. I think 2015, 16, 17 was a slow process. 18, 19, 20, the COVID, I found it because I was mostly indoors. So I used to take less diet on it and concentrate more on this. Because no sun exposure during COVID.
Yeah.
See, for COVID I didn't have because I could not go down. Restrictions were there, I should not go down, I have to wear a mask. So wearing a mask won't take the sun into my face. So that is the time I took the medication, little more on the severe side, to take it probably 3 times a day. It was like that.
Okay.
Then I found by 2021 I was slowly completely cured.
Okay.
And people used to ask me how, so I told them, and I've introduced many of them to Planet Ayurveda. The only thing I find it very expensive. See, to be very honest with you, when I went into allopathy, the cost was double. Such a small ointment would be so expensive. I think you should be knowing about the medicine. Neosorlin Forte.
Yeah.
That's what they give you, no? That's what they give you. Take it. No, it is just randomly told, but it has so many side effects for me. So many side effects. I had depression. I never used to sleep in the night. I used to get traumas. I used to scream in the night. I think those medications had so much of effect.
Okay.
That's the reason that I stopped it completely.
Okay.
Depression was to the core for me. Like, I used to sit and cry and cry and cry. It never used to stop. Then I thought this is too lethargic for me. This allopathy is getting into my body. That is the time I came into Facebook and I saw this Planet Ayurveda.
Okay.
I'm really thankful to what you people have started. Hope my video will really help many people to come out of this.
Thank
And my
you so
family.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Sweta.
Getting the benefits of natural Ayurvedic treatment is so easy now. No worries about traveling and lodging expenses. No need to delay your traveling plan to India or any other country for doctor's appointment due to other work commitments. No stress of embassy and other legal permissions. Save your time and money. Avail online good, effective Ayurvedic consultation from top Ayurveda experts at www.planetayurveda.com. Your best friend for a healthier, happier and wealthier life. Experienced team of Ayurveda doctors with effective skills to help you follow Ayurvedic principles of healthy living. Private, personalized and online mode of consultation in the comfort of your home. Exclusive Ayurvedic clinics, centers, branches and outlets worldwide. Worldwide home delivery of pure natural herbal supplements available. Book video consultation now with MD Ayurveda experts. Call or drop a WhatsApp message on any of the helpline numbers on your screens. Fatty liver cirrhosis, ulcerative colitis, ITP, chronic kidney, skin, lung diseases, neck, back, knee pains, arthritis, psoriasis, migraine, gynae problems, diabetes, belly fat, scleroderma, various types of cancers or any problem. Only one solution, www.planetayurveda.com. Not just this, adopt and follow natural Ayurveda and spread it with people around you for a healthier and disease-free planet. For franchisee, visit now www.planetayurveda.com.